Well, we know how we feel. How about the rest of you? Do we have a specific plan of what to do if we find Ku and Core?
Um, no, I don't think we do. I think the the prevailing thought was, we didn't want anyone who could possibly be at our backs, you know, threatening to undo any progress we made. And uh and yeah, since neither us nor Ganzen could explain why we saw Ku Core when we did at the casino, we were just confused about that. Um, but there are also cultists. It's true.
Um, I believe that these two paths need not be mutually exclusive. Um, I think that if we're gonna go fight all of those cultists, we should get as many agents of Ascent together to do it at the same time as we can, which would involve calling in all of our various teams spread out, which would include Ku and Core. Uh,
If I remember, all the other agents who we haven't met with yet think we're dead.
Exactly. And also we saw Azdan in the dreamscape, and if he can communicate with Ku Kor, then it is possible that Ku Kor may already know that we're alive and that you're alive. Which the more time that we give them, the more time they have to ready themselves.
um, Ganzen, Ku and Core were members of the agents before any of our team joined. Um, and I was under the impression that they were very, very high ranking members, like right below you.
Yes.
Um, do you remember anything about the circumstances of how they joined up and what suggestions they've made over time?
Well, I first met them as the agents were first forming in Sinhira, the desert city, and they heard that I was venturing to the astral plane, and they they wanted in. They said that they too were looking to go up to the heavens to see the angels. Um, and they've been by my side for this whole journey. I've never suspected anything nefarious from either of them. Um, they have taken on a lot more leadership responsibilities since we got here in Kingsbridge. They've been handling a lot more tasks um, that I would usually do, meetings with members throughout the city, and things like that. Um, which before they would always let me do all the communication and gathering new agents, but it does seem that they have been a little bit more gung ho about doing that stuff by themselves. And then they've had meetings that I haven't been a part of, but I've just trusted them for that. They have also really been probably the least apprehensive about the previous discussions of Hasmed and other angels attacking Galamark. They
Hmm.
they never seemed to question that, which now, of course, makes sense.
Well,
And
it's
th- they they did also start to put an arcane lock on their room. I mean, they always had one, just a simple thing, but I can tell it's much more advanced now. They just said that they were worried about Hasmed followers in the agents, the Zuzartes group, but it is odd that they'd go through much trouble to keep their room so tightly locked up.
Huh. Yeah,
hmm.
see a locked room. That's almost asking you to break in, right? Like, why'd you lock a door if there's nothing important in there?
Uh,
This isn't common knowledge.
Uh,
maybe I don't want to get attacked in the middle of the night.
Well, you're important. It's okay.
okay. Well,
So just to be clear, I mean, they were apprehensive about the angels being the cause of this kerfuffle, but otherwise we're mainly going after them because we saw them at the casino. Like, what if they actually were just gambling?
Well, they were supposed to be out of town at that point on a totally separate mission for Ganson.
And if this is a confusion, then we resolve it and we go get those cultists.
Like, given what Ganson's saying, something tells me it's not.
Well,
You
what?
know, like it only makes sense if the big bad Azdan is whispering in Ganson's ear, trying to make him do what he wants. I mean, it kind of makes sense that the cultists would want to have some more people on the inside just to make sure that Ganson doesn't go getting any, funny ideas about, hey, isn't it weird that this guy only talks to me in the dreamscape or something like that? Someone would just like pat him on the back and be like, no, 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 it's totally Estabas.
I like Murdoch's idea. I think we're gonna need some help anyway. The agents should be pleased to know that we're not dead. And if they aren't, well then, that's telling.
Yeah. I mean, based on what Ganson's saying, it sounds like the only ones that were really standing out were Ku and Kor. So, I mean, if they take issue with us being alive, there's a heck of a lot more of us than there are of them. Main thing is we just got to make sure that they don't skedaddle back on down to the cultists and warn them that we're still alive, because those ones we'd like to keep that a little more in the dark.
So maybe Ganson calls for a meeting, but he does not mention us.
Yeah, and then we walk in like, boom, it's us.
That's right.
We're here. We're alive.
Okay, sounds reasonable. We're gonna need all the help we can get anyway. I mean that cultist compound was quite large.
That was a fort. I mean, we can't just level it because, as Mr. Magnet mentioned, that would kind of sort of kill everyone in the town.
Well, remember, I mean, look at Boris, for example. He used to be not himself, and some of these cultists might not be themselves like he wasn't. I mean, of course, violence is needed in some way, shape, or form, but I don't think we should just go on a killing spree.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's advocating for mass executions.
There is at least
Right.
one person that is, but I am trying my best to ignore him.
I still think
I'll
we
do
should have left them in
respect.
the ethereal plane, see what happened.
Nothing good.
All right.
Also, I need him. This is my security demon.
What about all of us?
And I do feel like even if you'd left him in the ethereal plane, you still could have gotten him back.
Maybe. But, like, I don't want to get him back as, like, a follower going to church every day, be like, hey, Gorax, could you please make my crops grow good? I like having him be like, hey, Gorax, I got separated from the rest of the group because I went to go, like, do something in the woods and some bandit jumped me. I would like there to be two halves of a bandit instead. That's powerful praying right there. That's like immediate results.
That is immediate.
Anyway, I can quit anytime I want. I'm just
Right.
not doing it now.
Well, Ganson, you heard the plan.
Yes, we will make our way back to Kingsbridge, and I'll call for a meeting with the agents. I mean, Ku and Kor are supposed to return shortly from their mission. I don't know if we just want to wait for their return instead. They'll be coming back to the inn unless there's a different place that we would rather meet.
How long until they return?
Last we heard from them, it should be any day now, maybe another day or two. But I could reach out to them and see if I could establish a timeline.
Might be overly suspicious. Maybe we just wait for them. Seems like we don't have enough time to get the cultists first. If we want to accomplish both objectives, we should probably just hang tight in the inn and wait for their arrival.
Then we must go back to Kingsbridge immediately.
Also, some rest would be nice. This has been a lot of work.
Could rest in the cart.
Do you like resting in the cart? You're so fuzzy.
I use a good shampoo.
You can also smoke it. You know, I have like shampoo
All
and
the
conditioner.
same product.
3 in 1. Shampoo, conditioner, and pipe filler.
Utility herb. Yeah. Alright, well, back to Kingsbridge.
All in one: shampoo, conditioner, motor oil, body wash, toothpaste.
Weapon.
Antifreeze.
It's all
It's all.
in one.
All right. And you guys will begin to make your way down the mountain when you see a group of soldiers making their way up the mountain.
Hello.
Oh. Oh. Okay.
Oh, we actually meet.
Oh,
Do we-
got it. These guys. We haven't seen.
Who are these guys again? I'm gonna ask before we get close enough for them to hear me ask that.
These guys are soldiers serving under General Rowan, who has taken over. He's the general who's taken over governing the border region with Sungar,
Mhm.
where Rentham is currently encroaching into Sungar. Back near the start of this whole adventure, when we were first traveling to Sungar, we ran into some of these guys, like harassing a deer or something.
Yep.
And later, some of them were killed by that gigantic demonic monster that crashed into the forest like a fiery comet.
Wait, weren't they hunting a like phoenix deer, which like hadn't appeared in the forest until very recently?
It was a very rare deer.
Yeah, it was like an angelic deer.
Yes. It was not a normal deer. It was a special, very valuable. And they were generally rather unfriendly. So we should be prepared for them to continue to be rather unfriendly.
This is what happens when you don't have angels guarding the path up the mountain. They just let anyone in here now.
Hello, soldiers of Rentham.
What? There's too many of us.
There's a lot of you. Hello, agents of Ascent? That is who you are, correct? My eyes do not deceive me.
Your eyes do not.
Yeah, we got our badges right here.
Perfect. Exactly the kind of people we were hoping to run into. You'll have to follow us back up that mountain and give us a hand with that sword.
What are you
Wait.
planning on doing with the sword?
Well, harvesting its energy, of course. And we have an idea, but you all being agents are probably much more well equipped to do so. So, back up quick and give us a hand.
Hold
Just
on there.
say, harvesting the energy from the sword, the sword of Galamark himself.
Of course, who better fit to use the power of Galamark than Rentham's armies? It's exactly what we need to turn the tide in this war against the Ice Queen. Come on, you're a soldier of the Rentham army. You understand? We should use this. This is a weapon that has a vast amount of power, and we haven't been able to use it till now because of those damn angels. But now they're gone, and it's Rentham's to seize. It's our right. It's Galamark's sword.
Wait, it's your right, but then it's Galamark's sword.
Exactly, as patrons of Galamark. The sword was delivered unto us.
Oh, I see where you're going with this now. He
No.
gave you the sword.
Now, I can't believe it's me that's saying this. I'm usually very much a fan of going to big swords and using their energy. But there might be too much energy in this sword, and as much as I hate to admit it, I think those angels may have been guarding the sword for our benefit, not for their own. That sword is immensely powerful artifact, and I'm concerned that if we mere mortals attempt to harvest its energy, it may not result in the best situation for those who attempt the harvest. You can ask our friend here, Borif, about what it's like to interact with an uh, angelic artifact and what toll that can bring upon you.
Well, I've seen enough of my men fall at the hands of the Ice Queen's army, and it's time that we have a weapon that allows us to crush her with the force of Galamark. And it's his blade, it's his sword. Surely, if we are true to him, then no harm shall come to us. So come on, it'll be quick. We'll just attempt to harvest some energy. And if we start to feel anything dangerous, we'll simply stop. But we're in a rush, so please let us go.
How do you plan on harvesting this energy?
Well,
Have you
as
done
I
this
said,
before?
we have our methods, but as agents of Ascent, once again, as fate would have it, it seems that Galamark has different intentions for the way in which we would harvest it. You all can use the power of the angels, so using our technique, you would be the best ones to do so. And I'm sure that you would gladly help King Allard in his quest to expand the great nation Rentham.
Uh, I'll turn around as an aside to the rest of the team. I don't exactly have a problem with the idea of further empowering the Rentham military. I'm just not positive this is going to end very well.
Well, we'll be in
Mm.
control, right? We're the ones gonna be doing the harvesting, and we can tell them it's too much. If it's too much, we could just cut it off right there. If we're the ones with the angelic power and we can't handle it, then certainly these fine gentlemen can't.
Yeah, if they want to interact with the sword but will be there the whole time, I don't see a problem with it. Although we don't
Gotta
have
leave
tons of
eventually.
we don't have tons of time to spare for this, but let's we can go back up to the sword and help you all out with this.
Yeah, we haven't exactly
See
walked very far.
see what you can get from it.
I will
To
say,
agree.
a pretty bad feeling about this, but we can do it anyway.
I would simply question who has authorized this sword harvesting plan?
King Allard, of course.
The order is directly from him?
Of course. He has great vision, our king, of Rentham continuing to grow its borders and share our wealth and righteousness with lands that are in dire need of it.
That's really impressive. I've never actually seen an order signed by the king himself. Can I see those orders?
Certainly. And he'll dig through his satchel and he will hand a piece of paper to Strike with the seal of the king, directing Rowan to wait until, well, either wait until the angels have gone or find a way to get to the sword and harvest its energy for the Rentham military.
Knowledge, fancy paperwork. Does it all look passable to me? I'm sure I've looked at a lot of orders telling me to do things that I haven't done.
Roll
Is this
a
like one of
skill
those?
check with advantage, since you have a pretty good sense of what this would look like. Legit. Yep, it looks as legit as it possibly could, Strike, and you can even see like the golden ink that's shining that is used with the seal of the king, his magical seal. And you try and rip at the paper, and it doesn't tear, it doesn't shred, also signifying it's that it is legitimate.
I'll sort of waggle the paperwork in Murdoch's direction. Well, a direct order straight from the king. If I was uncertain before, I think this clears up that uncertainty. We don't have too much time to spare, so let's get a march on.
Agreed. We have a duty to provide any assistance we can to the man.
It's been a long time since I've been marching under orders from the king, but I don't mind.
Excellent. I knew that you would all understand the importance of this task. And he'll put his hand like up to the air, then like put it down afterwards, and he'll kind of like motion around the forest and do that a couple of times, and you will see archers emerge from the hilltops and put their bows back on their back and lower their crossbows.
Oh yeah, just leave him in the spirit realm, Frift. It's not dangerous in the material world, Frift.
Let us go. Back to the sword.
Back to the sword.
Humans are pretty dangerous, huh, Frift?
I've got half a mind to summon him and see if I can walk underneath him without getting stepped on. I've got some sort of cover.
And back we go.
Back to the sword. Back to the ethereal plane. Let's take them with us.
Oh,
Seems
boy.
like somebody might be saving on the asset budget here, just saying.
We used it all with the Dreamscape.
Yeah,
Yeah.
budget's gone.
Oh, yeah.
So sorry.
Well, as you can see, this is it. The sword.
Oh my. I wasn't able to get close to it before, but I can feel Galemark's strength. And to kind of like put his hand like hovering over the blade, but he won't touch it.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend touching that.
All right. Well, it's time to siphon some of this power. And he's gonna go into his cloak and pull out a like a little potion bottle, and then he'll also take out a tome, He's going to put the tome down on the ground and flip to a page, and he's going to say an incantation, and then touch his hand to the tome, and the tome is going to start to glow with white light. All right,
I'm
now.
gonna-
Oh, yep, Drift.
I'm gonna give Brogrod a very like big look. Look around my eyebrows like super high up.
Tomes.
Anyway.
All right. Either one of you two has patrons of Galamark. It's probably most fitting for you to do this and as agents of Ascent. But take this vial and repeat the incantation that's listed here. He'll hand you a piece of parchment.
Who's he handing the parchment to?
He's just kind of like putting it in front of both of you, Strike and Murdoch.
I will. I will take it and go up to the sword. So I am to hold the potion vial and the parchment, and read the words off the parchment while standing next to the sword.
Yes, and just keep repeating the phrases until the potion has filled with energy from the blade.
Well, okay then. I will come to the sword and attempt to begin doing that.
And as you're reading the words, and at first the first couple of verses, it's only like it's like a short poem almost of just like 4 lines, and the first couple of times through you don't see a whole lot happening, but starting on the 3rd round and thereafter you can see little like wisps of energy begin to kind of like start to flow like off of the blade, whereas before it's just like shining this bright white light. It looks like it's almost like burning, and there's little like white smoke pillows coming off of it. And as that's happening, they're like forming into small little clouds, which are then drifting their way into the vial. And as they come into the vial, you can see this liquid begin to form at the bottom of it, which is completely translucent, but it's like sparkly, like shiny, like it's got little like flakes of sparkles in it. And it's gonna take a decent amount of time. Like it's gonna take like about 15 minutes of you just reading these same 4 lines over and over again to completely fill the vial.
Are these lines in common?
Yes. And
Okay.
I forgot to write down what they were, so let me just think of something and then I'll let you know. But it doesn't sound like dangerous in
Yeah.
any way. It's just along the lines of like, please give us your energy.
Yeah, not please sacrifice this angel's being to
Yeah, no, it's like
in order for us to rule the world.
yes, no.
For Azdan.
Yeah.
No.
Signed Azdan.
It doesn't have anything like inherently dangerous about it, but it's basically just kind of the language that he's been using of like using this strength to bring glory to Rentham, which, depending on your interpretation of what glory to Rentham means, it's either good or bad.
Depending on your definition of Rentham.
Yeah.
Well, okay. When the ritual comes to a close, I will return the bottle to this nice fellow. Say, long live King Allard.
Long live King Allard. Thank you, Murdoch, and the rest of you, agents of Ascent. This has been extremely productive and helpful, and the citizens of Rentham, thank you. The soldiers whose lives we will now save due to this great strength. Thank you. And I personally thank you. This is the start of something grand. Very, very grand.
Wait, hey, what are you gonna do with that stuff?
We will use it for the king, for Rentham, to empower our soldiers and to finally break the standstill that we have with Guineria and allow us further ability to do whatever kind of hunting we may do in Sungar without the Queen of Kalamark being able to tell us otherwise.
Hmm.
But again, this is what Rentham needs, and we all know the glory of Rentham, the land of righteousness, and that will continue to spread. And who knows, maybe we can turn Guineria from a cold, icy, dead landscape into a thriving cityscape like we have with Rentham, and we might be able to civilize the barbarians of Sungar.
Hey,
It's
I've been out of the war for a little bit here, but I didn't think the king was trying to colonize the entirety of Guineria. Is that the move? Is that really what the campaign is aiming for these days?
well, not the entirety. No, I mean it will be impossible to take the capital. And who would want? I mean, we wouldn't want to live there. And the Ice Queen. I mean, we're not even sure if she's really a mortal being at all. If she can even be slain. But just the cities on the outskirts, Drost and Ulvenstag. We would like to incorporate those into Rentham and have control over the Great Hunt Wilds.
A tall order. The Great Hunt Wilds are called the Great Hunt Wilds for a reason. They are very wild.
Yes, but who better to bring civility to them than Rentham?
Wait, you were saying something about colonizing the barbarians of Rentham? Or of Sungar?
Well, Ozerki also lies within the Great Hunt Wilds, and perhaps that too may become a town of Rentham. Who knows, really, what the king has in store?
Hmm.
Orcs based in Sungar do come raiding across the border on occasion, sometimes threatening Ashwood and Sevenoak. It would be very nice, very positive for the security of our people if there were to be a greater buffer between us and them.
Exactly.
Yeah, if you're gonna get Ozerki, you might as well get Rechka too, right? Haha.
Ah, no. They can keep their mining town, and we don't want to wage a war with Sungar. We just, if the Great Hunt Wilds were consolidated all under one rulership, the resources within them would be so much easier to extract. I mean, there's going to be business dealt with obtaining Ozark. It will not be by force. We can offer some of the resources that we gain from the Hunt Wilds to the city of Kalamark, to the region of Sungar. But anywho, thank you again, agents. We may call upon you at a later date to help with some more extraction. But you have done a lot for us now, and we thank you for it. And you can see him like giving orders, like hand signals to all of these soldiers as you guys are like talking, and you can see they're like beginning to fan out over the cliffs where this sword is, and you can see a couple of them begin to like set like big backpacks down and start to like unpack them.
What are they unpacking?
From your first brief observations, it looks like camping equipment. You can see tents
That's
and
reasonable. Okay.
pots, and it looks like, yeah, looks like they're about to camp out here.
Okay, odd. I have a lot of questions here, but I don't think we exactly have time to answer all those questions. Uh, the future of Gwenaria, the future of Rentham, and the future of Sungar are all rather interesting, but they're entirely meaningless if we do not stop the angels from being torn apart. So I think that we need to get back to the inn as soon as possible, so we don't miss our opportunity to um, discuss operations with Kuan Kor, and then can make a fast pace to stop whatever cultists we can. There's still a lot of work left for us to do, and the fate of all of um, Testria is still up in the air. So let's leave the international politics for another day. Preferably never.
Hmm.
And Gaines is going to walk up to Rowan as you guys are kind of getting ready to leave once more. We we have helped you now with your task, and we only ask for one thing in return: that you spread the word that the war in the heavens is being waged not by any angels, but by the old gods. We were misguided before. Hasmed, Desamar, Ejin, Wahab, they are working alongside our own Galamark. It is these foreign beings, these old gods, that are the ones who are responsible for the war in the heavens. And the angels, they are growing stronger. And that will be evident in the days to come. Um, all right. That's unfortunate. I always kind of hated that bastard Hasmed, but if he's really working alongside Galamark, then sure. I'll give the word to my men that we'll have to stop the patrol on the Tiber's Pass, and to not worry about followers of Hasmed, but instead old gods. And Gaines is just gonna give him uh, a little like text, um, and just asks him to read it and to again spread the word of the old gods. And he'll make his way down the cliff.
It's a very good point. It's probably very important for us to spread this information um, up the chain of command as quickly as possible to prevent the unjust persecution of a wide array of different religious worshippers.
Yeah, no, we
Ganzen
have.
is
Go
yeah,
ahead.
is that something that you can do once we get back to town, Ganzen? Now that you've been fully convinced of the reality of this situation, um, I would hate to think that we're continuing the perpetuation of this.
Yes, that is at the forefront of my mind right now. We must empower the followers of Hasmed, of Desamar, of Wahab, of Ejin. We must give them a voice once again, and we must allow those who have been commanded to attack them to reorient their focus. And I know many people in Kingsbridge now, and I am going to go to each and every one of them and give them my newfound knowledge about the old gods, about Hazmed, and about the new gods, the new angels. I
I
think,
think. Okay.
yes.
I was just going to say, I think that you'll have far greater success than any of us would have at convincing the city and the military to change their ways.
Yes, that is my that's the most helpful I can be now. And I'll have to think of some ideas, but I think we need something big, something grand, some event that is worthy of inducting 5 new angels into the Pantheon. But we have time to think on it.
Yes, now we're spreading the word on all sorts of fronts. Rowan, Ganson, and Armando now. That
I
should cover some ground.
I do have one small concern about the the project of bringing to light the truth of this situation in the heavens. Up until, well, we discovered them, the old gods were almost entirely forgotten. It's my impression that the angels gain power from worship. If we tell more people about the existence of the old gods, is it possible that knowledge of them will increase their power?
Mm-hmm.
I
It,
think
it could, but it could also increase the power of all of the angels more because it will those people who are currently not worshiping Hazmed or any of those other angels because they're afraid that they'll be killed for doing so. Um, they're not contributing their power to the angels, so
Right.
it could
also
balance out.
it isn't just knowledge, it's devotion that's important. Uh simply knowing that the old gods exist, I think, does not increase their power. It is people that believe in them or worship them that increases their real strengths.
And
Ex-
plus, we got to get more support for these new angels. I mean, they're like babies. Gotta get people
Exactly.
worshiping them, so they're ready to get in there and like punch the air in front of me a few times.
Exactly, exactly. It's not just knowledge that matters, it's taking action based on that knowledge. For example, I have the knowledge that if I lift heavy weights, eventually I'll become stronger. But I'm not going to actually do that because it sounds difficult and boring. We have to sell these angels so that people are willing, once they have the knowledge, they're willing to take action based on that knowledge.
Hmm. I gotcha. I gotcha.
Well, now we
So,
want to gather the agents of Ascent.
mm-hmm. Gotta get back to Kingsbridge. Uh, huh. We wanna. I mean, we got a little bit of time before Ku and Core are supposed to be back, right? You said.
Uh, Presumably, I mean, the initial plan was for them to return, oh, let's see, these days feel so long, so much has happened. I guess it would be in 3 days. Yes, so on the third day, so we'd have 2 full days, and then they would return. After tonight. So if we rest tonight, we'd have 2 full days, and then they would return on the third. Was the initial plan.
All right. Well, in that case, I guess we could probably stay the night here. Not have to sleep in a cart again. That'd be kind of nice.
I agree.
And hey, I mean, now we're not trying quite as hard to seem like we're dead, so we can even stay in like an inn with like a bed instead of having to sleep out in the woods. Now, there's anything wrong with the woods, Dunbar, but you know, sometimes you want a bed.
Beds are pretty nice. It's just the one caveat of civilization. Beds are pretty comfortable.
The one thing civilization has done for us, beds.
Better than sleeping on some leaves.
Here, here.
Okay. Well, you guys can go to the local inn and have yourselves a nice rest. Finally, a restful rest.
Like
And
we're all just gonna 100% just conk out.
yeah,
I don't
absolutely.
I don't know what I'm more scared of. The old gods or humans with a thirst for conquest.
I would say I'm much more scared of the old gods. Humans have always had a thirst for conquest.
I mean, the old gods have always been as well, but we just didn't know about them.
You know what they say about the devil you know. Having served beside many humans with a lust for conquest, I can say most of them aren't very good at it. Seems like the old gods may be very good at I don't know exactly how to describe what
Whatever it
they're
is
doing.
they do.
Um, destroying the fabric of reality, maybe.
Alright, that makes me feel better. Humans aren't really that good at doing stuff. Thanks.
Precisely. We do try hard though. Well, until we get tired, then we have to take a nap.
They're just as evil, but less competent.
I don't like it when you say it like that, but
Who
not
said
wrong.
that?
Or yeah, let's get some rest. We're gonna need it. I have a feeling that Ku and Kor aren't gonna surrender quietly, and I'm looking forward to that.
Have you met Kuankor?
Yes, briefly, upon our first return to the agents, my induction.
Ah, yes.
Don't know them as well as you, but I could always smell something foul on them.
Never smelled them myself, but they are rather talented warriors. So, ending this. Perhaps if there is a dispute to be ended here, hopefully we can convince them with our words that they should not be serving the old gods. But if they know of the existence of the old gods and they're still serving them, it is highly unlikely that we'll be able to convince them otherwise.
Strike if you must know, they smell like human flesh.
What do I smell like?
Human flesh.
Not potpourri, interesting.
Strike, don't ask questions you don't want the answers to. Come on, man.
Would you describe that as good smell or a
Uh,
bad smell?
There's no good answer to this question, by the way.
I used to like it. I don't like it so much anymore.
Good. I think. We'll leave it there. That seems fine.
My stomach guides me.
Good. I'll take a slight step sideways away from him.
It is also worth noting that we cannot yet be entirely certain whether Ku and Kor are. I mean, we
Right.
believed the Gansen here was our enemy until we discovered that he was not.
They can be misled, just as I was.
Or it is perhaps even possible that their suspicious actions have nothing to do with the old god situation. They
Yeah.
may simply be ambitious or corrupt.
And
Imagine
maybe
being
they're
killed by your friends after having gone gambling on company time.
That's why we will act first with our words. We'll ask questions first, but keep your hand on the hilt of your sword at all times. I think that in all likelihood, the answer is that this is going to end with violence. But I was wrong about Ganzen. Uh, I I personally had vouched for a much more aggressive confrontation with Ganzen, and I think we're all happy that didn't happen. So I've learned my lesson there. Um, let's not jump to conclusions, but let's also be cautiously realistic about this.
yeah. I mean, there's gonna be plenty of nice squishy cultists to mow down a little ways down the line. So whether this, turns violent or doesn't, I'm sure you can get your fix. And you can as well, Borif.
Hmm. I'm ready to cut them down once and for all. Still haven't got my vengeance for what they did to me.
Hmm.
Well, sleep tight, everybody. Worst case scenario, tomorrow we murder our friends.
Worst case scenario, tomorrow our friends murder us.
Ah, come on. Have some confidence.
Impossible.
Yeah, Strike can always be encouraging in what possibilities he even allows into his head.
All right. You guys are going to rest for the night, and as you're resting, or after you have rested,
Expected the Icar man.
you'll
What the-
wake up, and you are on a mountaintop.
Oh,
This is not where we camped.
I agree.
And yes, you can see the infinite galaxies above you, shining in purple and blue hues.
It's not
Wow.
where we camped, but it is familiar.
Did we once speak with Story in this place?
Yeah, he brought us up here for a nice little, like campfire stargazing thing, which is really nice.
Alright, this is another budget issue. Let's pretend that this is not the exact same place.
Oh, okay.
Oops.
Yes, this does
I thought
seem
Story
very.
was gonna come talk to us.
This does seem
I
very
thought he
similar
was
to
too.
that place.
Yeah,
It has
I'm
a
so
very
used to
similar
being
calming
goofy.
feel.
It's very similar, but I would say it is definitively different.
Listen,
Thanks,
all I
guys.
know is this ain't where we went to sleep, and we only know a few things that are strong enough to yank us from one plane to another, and I'm a little worried we might be in trouble for scraping a little off the top of that sword.
Wait a second. How do I know I'm not just dreaming right now?
I am going to poke Dunbar with a stick.
Uh,
Feel that?
yeah.
It's a real stick. I'm gonna poke him a little harder with a stick.
Okay, okay, I'm convinced.
I'm just gonna keep poking him
A little bit
increasingly harder.
That's great.
Stick method always works.
As you guys are just kind of like sitting here in a bit of bewilderment, you can feel your auric begin to kind of like spasm and like surge, like you're using it, but you're not consciously like doing so.
Ah!
It's just going up. Wait,
Oh,
we're gaining auric.
Mm-hmm.
It's
You
not showing
guys are
that.
all
Okay.
like in your glowy, auric-y, shiny state, like when you're, like about to use like a huge chunk of auric to empower an attack, and like you're all like shining golden. And the golden shining and shimmering, like flowy dust that is circling around you begins to float up into the air and form this swirling mass of glowing dust. And that glowing dust will then also begin to take form.
Oh. Hey, it's our boys.
Hi.
Greetings, agents.
Am I dead?
Ooh, that's a good question.
No, nothing like that. We just wanted to again thank you for allowing us to join our brothers and sisters in the astral plane, and to ask a favor of you.
Right.
Which is to finalize our induction into the angelic pantheon by spreading word of our existence. We are but fledgling angels now. We have no one praying to us, no one following us. But that must change if we are to make a difference in this war. If we are to gain strength, to gain power, we need mortals to help us. It is the paradoxical duality of the angels and mortals. We rely on you for strength, almost more than you rely on us.
Of course.
And we can help you in spreading the knowledge of our existence.
All right,
Oh.
what do you have in mind?
We shall give unto you some of our strength so that you may use it, so that you may demonstrate our power, our wills in the mortal world. And each of the angels is going to extend one of their hands out to the party. And each of you can select one of these angels to go up to and just lay your hand on their giant arm, and be able to take some of the strength from this angel. Doesn't mean you're like, uh, giving your complete devotion to this angel or anything, but just like capture some of their essence. Um, and each angel will also give back to you guys some kind of advice or vision or just anything that you feel like would be relevant to your character. But the angel will like say something to your character or give them some kind of vision that should invoke some kind of strong emotional response within your character, hopefully like an inspiring one, um, which can be related to like your character's personal individual goals, or related to like the greater goals of the agents. Just like the angel's going to say something to your character that makes them be like, hell yeah, that's what's up. And
All right.
so let's have each of you guys like choose an angel to do this with, and then we'll kind of like go down the line and see what the angels are
This person's got a snake, right?
saying to you guys. Snake? Oh my god! I don't
Alright.
think he has a snake.
The
And it is
inspiring thing
true.
that Oris says is, "I have a snake."
He kind of looks like a snake.
I am not a
No,
snake.
look at his picture. He's definitely holding a serpent.
Where?
Yeah,
That's
No,
his. I think
no,
that's his own tail.
Yeah.
I don't believe you.
I think he might be a sea serpent.
This isn't Turok, if that's who you're thinking of, Carl, because he's holding a snake.
But yeah, I see the twisty tail. It looks like
I see a tail. I just think it's his tail.
I want a bigger picture.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go look for it.
Denbar, were you also standing in front of Reva? I didn't mean to cut you in line.
that's okay. We're in no rush. Feel kind of bad for Yewell.
Well,
Who created Yemal?
Okay.
Shigure.
I thought his hand. I thought his hand
Listen, when I looked at the list and I picked Galtica, and when I looked back at the screen, there were 2 angels without anyone next to them, and it was the 2 I was considering. So
All right, Frift. If you don't want to make this awkward, you know what you have to do.
oh no, Frift is going towards Yemel. You can see her like almost get dragged in the direction of Oris a couple times. No!
Hold on, Frift. Would you like actually go to Aura?
No, Gorax would go to Oris. Frift would go to Yemel.
Because we can do this.
Oh. That's fair. Maybe Frift would go to Oris, actually.
Now that I'm thinking about Desolation, it seems pretty sweet.
it's Calamity, not Desolation.
Sorry.
Yeah, we already have one of them, don't we?
For you tarot heads, number 16, the Tower.
The tower.
It's bad, but it's not all bad. It can still end well.
No, I think she's Yemel.
All right.
Okay. Let's do you want me to
No.
first?
She's for sure Oris, actually.
All right. She's for sure Oris. We'll do Borif first. The Borif is gonna be in front of Yemel, and he'll put his hand onto Yemel's hand, and Yemel will speak to Borif. Borif, your passion is admirable. It is one of your strongest qualities that makes you not only a great leader, but an amazing fighter. And I understand the pain that you have endured, what the old gods have put you through. But you cannot let the past be the only thing that guides you. You must also look towards the future. And writing the past and forging the future must work in tandem in order for you to find your place in this world. And I believe that you will be able to do that. And you can see some golden auric energy flow into Borif. And we can just go in any order. It doesn't matter. Whoever wants to go next. Or the teacher will have to start picking people.
I'm
Hit
thinking.
me.
Hold on, I'm brainstorming.
Hit me.
All right. Let's go, Shigure. And this is for you guys to come up with something that this angel is telling you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. This is
Like, I could go
Okay,
because I pretty
alright.
much came up with this. That was why it took so long.
All right. Wait, go Friff then. I thought this was the other way around.
I'm in line after Frift. I've got one.
This, you guys know your characters better than I do, so this is all you. All right, Frift.
Oris will say to her, Rift, once you were saved by a great, terrifying force, tearing through those who would seek to sow discord and destruction. And now you will be that same force, tearing through those supporting the old gods. That's it.
Awesome. And yeah, the same thing will happen. Golden energy will flow from Oris into Frift. I believe Strike was next in line.
Oh yes, Rava, who I imagine sounds like this because of the beak. I don't know, have we heard Rava's voice before?
We have now.
Okay, cool. Rava. So Strike will go and kneel down in front of Rava and like poke the little creepy arm thing that Rava has. And Rava will say, Strike, your quest has brought you to the four corners of this continent, and still you turn up empty. You have searched libraries and you have been to opulent parties, but still you cannot find that which you seek. You need to turn away from the riches of coin and towards the riches of community. That which you seek can never be gained alone. Only through community can you find it.
Excellent. And the golden dust will once again flow around Strike from Rava.
I guess I can go next.
All right, Ella, let's go.
What's this guy's name? Oris, I guess, will speak to Ella. You have come seeking answers, and answers I shall give. You heard from your dying clanmate that there was more to your clan than meets the eye, and there is. Your partner, your spirit. His name is Neil. Your dead brother. And Ella will be like, I don't have a brother. Like, you did. Taken from you at birth. You and he were twins. The sect takes newborn twins and separates them and tests them. One is strong, the other weak. The other is grown up secretly and sacrificed at your coming of age ceremony, which transforms into your spirit and helps you and helps the clan get bigger and better. That is the secret. Your mom and dad's minds were changed so they would never know. That is your answer. And Elle just kind of like look baffled.
All right, and the golden energy will transfer from Oris into Ella. Wow.
Revelation.
Who's next? Wow.
Timing's too good.
I missed the lore blast.
Oh my
Some
god.
deep Ella lore that was just revealed.
Oh no.
All right, who's next? Or I'm rolling a die.
I guess I.
I can go. So Shigure will put his hand on Galtika's, and she'll look down on him and say, Shigure, I can feel that you have carried the burden of another's fate on you for very long, and you feel the weight of that, and you worry about your own fate, about the fate that you carry. But know that when this journey is end, when you can finally rest, you will have no one else's burdens on you any longer.
Ooh. And Shigure too will glow with the shining dust of the angel.
Yes. Murdoch will reach out and touch Marek's hand, and Marek will say to him, Murdoch, there is more to duty than obedience. True integrity means more than keeping oath. You must think for yourself, follow your own moral code.
And golden energy from the angel will begin to swirl around Murdoch.
You want me to go, Dan?
It doesn't matter.
All right.
I've got mine if you need more time.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Oris will say, Brogrod, you have always thought with the mind of a boulder. Straightforward. Thinking you can solve your solution, any solution, by merely smashing into it and picking up the pieces from it. But your position now, the task you've put upon yourself is a raging storm. You can't simply push through that storm. You have to let yourself go. Let yourself get swept up by the storm. Endure what comes with that. Endure the pain that comes with that. And recover yourself wherever you land.
And the shimmering light energy will flow from Oris into Brogrod.
Dunbar will approach Reva, and Reva, I can't do the voice Dana did. I'm just gonna do it.
That's okay.
Reva
This
will
is
say,
acceptable.
Dunbar, you are fortunate enough to have lived 2 lives. The life of a beast and the life of a civilized being. You, unfortunately, in that regard, don't really know who you are. You don't really know where you belong. So you share the stories of others to fill that void. You figure out who other people are and not yourself. I would look within and see how much kindness and love you have shared with other people, and notice that that is who you are.
And the golden auric energy from Reva will seep into Dunbar. And afterwards, the angels will begin to float up into the sky, slowly at first, and then rushing as they get further away from the ground. And you're all left with golden energy swirling around each and every one of you like a shining vortex as you stare off past the mountains and into the stars with tiny little specks of the heavens shining down on you all, thinking about these new angels and each of your part in bringing them into the pantheon. Oh, Jesus. And then you all will awake back in the inn, and feeling your angelic powers even stronger than they were before.
Oh.
And you guys can each level up.
Whoa!
Nice.
And this is an
Yeah.
even
Hell
level,
yeah.
so you get to choose one of the stats as well.
Ooh.
On that campaign overlay, next to the purple button, there's the power, health, mana, or crit.
Let's go. I'll be back in 1 second while people are leveling up.
Power, power, power.
Power.
I see you, Moth.
Is
So we go
is
to-
only leveling crit once bad?
Nope, it's basically
It's high value, right?
it's like the same as it is any other time. It's always just a 10% higher crit
Right.
chance.
Okay.
I have 10 power.
Alright, I'm
Frift
I'm
has
feeling
10
it.
power.
Just gonna spec into some crit.
I've gotten every single one now. I'm all across the board.
Oh, he's so well rounded.
Yeah.
So, do Frift and I have the same amount of the highest power in the group?
Well, have you both just been taking power every level?
Yes.
Then yes.
Probably yes.
10. I wasn't sure if there was anyone else that had power.
I
So
took
10
power mostly, but I've also taken crit now too, so I'm definitely not as powerful as you are.
I think I took 1 level of HP and power the rest.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. Just hovering over your guy.
I'm so tempted to hit triple digits of HP,
Fat bear, dude.
but I know that HP is not as good later. But I'm gonna do it anyway.
It's
Dude,
better now.
get
Now that you
big.
can't scale your MD or PD, it's better.
All right, cool.
I was honestly tempted to take HP again, but my big shields just I just need bigger shields.
Dude, bro, with the 100 HP, big bear,
100-point bear.
Hundo bear. Also, I just want to say, really well done on that little dream scenario, guys. Especially with like no preparation, that was like really awesome and really cool to hear about what all the angels said to the characters. It's really great.
And we all heard
Um,
that, right?
Yeah, you all heard each other's.
Gotta love that on the spot goodness.
Yeah, it's really well done. It's really cool. It felt meaningful. Oh yeah, and I guess because you guys are waking up, it should be night daytime now. Just gonna blind you all for a second. See, there's what all the budget went. I had to do 2 maps for every single town. So now we have
This
to use
is-
them over.
This is not an Unlimited Budget Works production.
It's not, it's it's really too bad. I tried to get the
Oh.
Sony deal, but they wouldn't go for it.
Focus
Man.
disconnected.
I believe we could do a Netflix series.
Good. We could pitch the streams to Netflix.
Netflix presents Colony Quest.
The Colony Quest. All right, cool. Yeah, that was really awesome.
Is this the kind of thing that happens to you guys a lot? That was kind of weird.
Pretty much. We sometimes get
I'm back.
taken places we weren't prepared for. And it's okay. Usually it turns out okay. Sometimes it was a little scary. Like one of the cultists took us someplace we weren't comfortable with, but we came back.
Cultists. Is this also normal? And unsheath his sword and kind of like hold it for a second, and it's gonna start to glow golden.
One of us. One of us.
Oh.
Ah,
Oh, welcome to
That-
the club, Borif. You're like
that
more
looks like
officially.
Oric.
You've been touched by an angel. Literally.
I can feel it. I mean, I've been praying to Decimar my whole life. But this feels different. It feels good. Feels right. Think that Yemel might have his first follower.
Yeah. All right. About that. Are we are we eating breakfast right now? Or what's the situation?
You guys like all woke up and are like kind of like a gathering inside the inn before like heading down for breakfast.
Okay. All right. Brogrod's also like beaming ear to ear right now. He's like, I need everyone to I need to hear it from someone, okay?
What?
You're what?
Oh, Murdoch. I'm glad you asked. What was it you said when we brought these angels to life? Something along the lines of, oh, I'm glad we made 4 out of 5 good angels.
I said at least 4 out of 5. At least. We weren't sure about him yet.
Ah, well, I think we're pretty sure now, because guess who has the most followers? I'll throw an
Yeah.
arm over Frift and then, like, kind of Ella that I can.
Around the waist of Ella.
Yeah. Look who's in the lead right now. You all doubted me. You doubted Oris. But look at that. Look who's in the lead.
You're winning.
That's what I like to hear.
It's true. Although I think Oris only technically has like 2.5 followers right now because I think I'm kind of pledged to someone else, but I'm splitting it, and I think it's fine. I can follow 2 people at once as long as they're moving in the same direction, which it kind of seems they are.
Of course. Oris said, he's... his main goal is to help out Turok in this fight, so, he's a great guy to me.
Nope. And Angel of Calamity? Sounds about right.
I didn't worship an angel beforehand, but Raven was pretty cool.
Yeah, I think I can get behind this one. Rather, I am behind this one.
That's what I like to hear. And then if Goras gets a vote, that's 4. Oh, all right, we're racing ahead in this. That's what I like to see.
I don't think the Gorax gets a vote.
He's a sore loser.
If the angels get more powerful for every follower that they have, then Brogrod has created the most powerful angel. As of right now.
I will
You guys
say,
gotta go drum up
wasn't-
some more followers.
I wasn't particularly religious before this, but I think I could find it in my heart to follow Reva.
High five, Strike.
Oh boy.
For community.
Community.
Yes, I also feel the strongest connection to Reva out of the new angels, but we must promote them all. We need to help out the angels as a collective, as a community, don't we?
Do you hear that, Brogrod?
Oh yes, yes, of course. Just just saying, you might want to keep an eye out on Oris on the battlefield. He might be he might be pulling a bit more weight.
Yes, yes. We will make sure to keep track of the scoreboard, Brogrod. But as long as we come up with the big W, we should be fine.
Wow.
I almost just destroyed my keyboard. Thank you. Choked on my drink super hard.
Well put, Ganzen. Well, I'm gonna grab a bite to eat, and we can hit the road.
Let me just drown in my cup of water real quick, boys.
Got you good, dude.
Okay, Ganzen, where did you learn that?
The big W.
Ganzen, did you make a TikTok account while we were away?
Oh no.
Oh, of course. Estivus. Oh. Uh-oh.
Wait a minute. Hold on. You're back here for a second.
Asdan official.
Asdan official. Oh my god. No. Okay, so the plan is to go back to Kingsbridge.
Yep. Have Gansen call a meeting of all the agents.
Mhm.
Be like, it's time to talk about, I don't know, something mundane, and then we're like, boom, it's us.
Yeah. Also, I think maybe while we're waiting for everyone to show up, someone who's good at breaking into things should try to break into Kuhn Core's room.
I can break things.
I have experience entering locations that other people don't want me in.
But what if it's booby trapped?
He just walks up to the door. It's okay, I'm on the
Wait.
list. Tries to walk through.
Yeah.
Door blows
Throw
up.
some gold coins at the door.
Wait, what map are we
Slides them under the
supposed to be
door.
on?
I'm bringing you to the map you're supposed to be on.
Okay.
I can smooth talk a bouncer or a door.
Where's the guy I'm supposed to pay to open this door?
How'd you feel about a new
I,
coat of
I-
varnish, huh?
I want Strike to say that as we're standing outside the door, and then he just like flips a gold coin up in the air, and like a lockpick character shows up out of nowhere, picks the lock, and then catches the coin and walks away.
Oh my god. Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna use power to do that. Is that legal?
You use power, summon servant.
The power of money.
Listen, you're not Slade in this campaign too, Dana.
Uh-oh.
Wait, no, not like that, not like that. I'm paying this person.
Oh, right.
Yeah, they call it indentured servitude.
Eventually, they'll be able to pay enough so that they don't need to do this anymore.
Yeah,
But
they look at the
until
coin
then,
and it says
they-
can only be used at the company store. Oh, wait a minute, hold on.
So you guys should be back at the inn now.
Yep.
Okay. And let's say that these people are also gone. And yeah, Quishen's gone too. Alright. So how did it go? And we just fast forward and you can explain everything to Zuzarti. And Ganzen will be talking just in absolute awe of new angels and all this nonsense, and he's just finally showing some signs of life again. Very excited by everything that's going on. And Zuzarti will get filled in, and and he'll explain to you guys that we weren't exactly sure what to do with the other agents who aren't Ku and Core. So we sent them on a bit of a mission with some of our other group members. We weren't exactly sure what the plan was.
That's probably for the best, you know?
Well, this is Kuan Kor's room, which does have doors and is locked, despite how it may look on the map.
Down. Wait, which one?
Oh,
This
yeah,
one with
there
the
it
3
is.
beds?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
I see you. I see you, Frift, with a good idea of just, I'll just walk through it. Yeah, okay. If I
So,
move my character there.
Yeah. Does this like black out the thing?
hmm.
There you go.
Wait, I actually have a question. Who are Ku and Kor, like, with relation to each other? Are they a brother and sister? Are they...
Husband and wife.
Okay. I just wonder. Anyways, so you said that this door was magically sealed?
Yes, I can feel the the runic transcription even now, standing near it, and indicating that it's a very powerful rune, very powerful magic lock.
Rune? Rune? Rune?
Yes.
I will step
perhaps
aside. I will step to the side and gesture at
it's
the
a good
door.
job. Bringing us to the ethereal plane, Brogrod. Perhaps you can do something here as well.
Can't be anything I haven't solved before. Let's take a gander.
All right. Let's get some use power.
Do I know this Arun?
And BT Dubs, you're all inspired, or at least you should be, from your wonderful work up in the dreams. So I think I tried all of you, and you all had it already. Okay, Ella was the only one. Let's make sure Shigure. Okay, yep.
Oops, sorry.
Stealing Friff's inspiration.
Hmm.
Help!
Am I not inspired?
Should be.
Yeah. There we go.
Good inspiration. um. So Brogrod's going to be fiddling around with these runes, and as he's like busting out some of his like runic chalk that he's like scribbling on the doors, trying to like trace the outlines of these magic runes to be able to see them better, because they're like invisible. So you're trying to like trace them onto the doors. You can like view them a little bit easier, but it's still kind of like hard to read. Some like spots are like missing, and it looks like you're gonna need some help from the other members of the party to be able to fill in some of this this magical lock here. So we all know what that means, boys.
Hey, baby.
Oh
To the
boy.
lock.
Oh god,
This is the reason we all play D&D.
I almost forgot about the clue thing that we did.
That was a good one, yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Right, I
Leaving
love
that
that.
there. I'm not even deleting that right now.
Innocent, yes. Dead, yes. Eyesight, yes. Jersey.
All right. So we are going to be doing the type of puzzle that we're going to be doing is one that we've done a couple of times before. It's the rhyming ones.
Oh.
So like for example, you'll see like two words, and then they're supposed to indicate an answer. So for example, if you saw a large feline, it would be fat cat, and they'll all be like that. We've done these a couple of times before. This is where we got the super famous Zoom Boom.
Zoom boom.
Oh, yep.
I
Yes.
Zoom boom.
Zoom Boom. So yeah, so we will be doing these in here. I should actually probably just make a table. Let's do that. Oh, I guess I could have left the example here.
Gotta love the puzzle doc.
Oh yeah, puzzle doc is gas. Let's make 10 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wait, I lost count. 9. Okay, 10. All right, so I'm just gonna post the clue here, and then you guys can type the answer. Why is it? Type the answer in the following box, and we'll see if you guys can unlock this door. Well, these are really odd.
Used honker.
I know. What is that?
That is my newest insult. You fucking used honker.
That's so good. That's so good. A worn horn. Oh, I haven't looked at the answers yet, but that's gotta be it. Well done. Used honker. All right, cow chuckle is. Okay, whoever wrote moo hoo is amazing, but that's not right. Same with cow ow. That's also not correct, but very good.
Wait, a hog?
Worn horn is correct. Hair care is also correct. Swiss miss is correct. Nice. Scrub tub is correct.
Chuckle. Moo hoo's so good though.
Moo hoo is really good. I mean, we're gonna do that as an honorary correct. If the rest of the ones here are correct, because that's just great.
Cow chuckle.
Oh, I know that one. I got it.
Oh no.
Got it.
Oh.
Got it. It's
Oh,
yeah.
I realized that definitely my bruised hog answer was definitely wrong because I put a cow in there, and that's not right.
Yeah.
Well done with the jerk clerk. That one was hard. Who's cat?
Me.
Nice.
Well, yeah, I would not think
Is it me?
jerk for idiot.
Nice. Sore boar, also correct.
Oh wow.
Good one. Bruised hog. Also good.
It's like pig wig? What? There's no ig.
All I could think of was oink spoink.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god.
That's it. We got it.
Got him.
Putty
Alright.
sled.
Tossed batter. Ooh, tough. Putty sled. Wow, that one is something. Oof.
Freaking
The problem I'm having is sled. What are synonyms for sled?
Toboggan.
Slogging.
Toboggan.
Oh god.
I don't know what you want from me.
Let's
There's
just
a toboggan.
Wait,
No, we-
what's a?
not toboggan.
Is this battery? Tossed battery?
No.
Tossed batter?
Tossed batter.
Tossed batter. Okay.
Putty sled.
Let's see.
I just think of pizza when I hear tossed batter.
Yep, that's it. I'm calling it.
Perfect, Carl. That's exactly it. It's thrown dough.
Nice job,
Oh.
Carl. Yeah.
It's throw dough. Got him. Oh, Badger's coming
You
in
got me
hot.
with the pizza. You got me with the pizza there.
Yep.
Oh,
that
nice
right?
work,
Matt, that's good.
Hmm.
Flat Matt. That's it. That's the one.
What? Buddy sled.
All right, what are other words for sleigh or sled?
Oh, it could be sleigh. Valuable carry it. What the?
Holy moly!
That's not correct.
A small open horse-drawn carriage for one
Like-
person.
Sleigh, and it has to rhyme with sleigh. What, like?
Clay sleigh.
Clay sleigh. That's it.
Oh, yeah, that makes
Whoa.
sense.
Nice job.
Wait, is that
guys.
right?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Clay sleigh.
Nice sleigh call.
Oh
Nice,
my
yeah.
god!
Yeah, you sang sleigh like on accident. Maybe it was just
I
perfect.
slayed it.
All right, can somebody delete the answers, please, and I can fill in the new clues. Oh, nice, thank you.
Mr. Herbert would be proud of you, Matt.
Thanks, man. That's really all I was going for in life, just generally. So
This is the type of thing he did.
Absolutely.
Who?
These are harder. I like these.
it's because we've already done like the first ones that people
What
made,
is
so they had to get like.
sleeky? What does that mean?
Like sleek?
Is it
Sleeky.
sneaky?
Wait.
I'm
Is this,
copying.
is this slang for detective? Because I know what this could be, but I'm not going to type it unless I'm sure.
Hold on, let me look at the answers and.
Is this something that?
Oh, it absolutely is, Robert. No, type it. You're right. You're right, Robert. You're absolutely right. Type it in there. You got it.
I
Yep, that's it. That's got to be it. That has to be it.
Yeah, that's gotta be it.
I refuse to. Matt, you can't say that's wrong. I refuse to
actually
accept
has
if
to
that's
be
wrong.
Yeah, it's gotta be it.
I'm gonna count it as right, but
What?
it's not what they have down
Wait.
here.
That's not.
How is it not slick dick?
What else could a detective be? If it's like
Private eye.
And
An
sneaky
eye,
is actually
private
the word.
eye.
I don't think it's even a real word.
Sleeky.
I googled sleeky. Adjective of sleek or smooth or glossy appearance.
So
It's
it
weird.
Just
It's
means
real.
sleek. It's just it put a Y on the end of an existing word.
I mean,
We live
that's
in a
how.
society. We have rules.
Yeah, that's how a lot of words work. I regret to inform you.
Wait. Hold on.
Yeah, but it's a word means the same thing, and it's the same part of speech. And why?
Because it rhymes.
Wait, sleeky. Hold on. What are other words for
Oh, I
detective?
got this.
Oh.
Okay, bear hug, nice, is right. Night flight is correct. Deer tier is correct. That is got him.
Yes.
Oh, what
What?
if it's like
Oh,
smooth?
that's so good.
Smooth something.
Smooth.
You were
Criminal.
really close to the private eye, Carl. Like not
Ooh.
exactly, but your mind's in the right spot.
What else rhymes with?
Sly eye.
What?
Oh,
Oh, what about this?
Got it, sly spy. That's it.
Ooh. You got
Nope. Slick dick is so much better.
It is. It is. I
they
agree.
probably put it on a children's puzzle website.
Slick dick.
Oh my
I
god.
was like, it's. I looked at it immediately. I was like, it's gotta be slick dick, but I'm not gonna type slick
It's
dick
gotta be slick dick.
unless at least one other person knows where I'm going with it.
I'll tell you what. I'll Steve Harvey and give you double the points for the first one.
Hell yeah.
Cheap Jeep got him. Well done. Brain drain. Got it.
The brain drain.
Ooh, crash dash is half right.
What's another word for media?
News.
Like,
Oh, press. Ooh.
Stress
That's
press?
and then for anxiety, is it stress?
Yeah.
Stress.
And
No
then
separation.
little, we could do what? Little, tiny, small.
I feel like it's
Maybe.
gotta
separation
be
would like a.
small.
separation
is
would
it
be like a gap?
Got it. Small wall. Well done.
Ooh.
Got it.
Oh,
Jeff? Was that Jeff?
I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
he's smart.
Nice. Nice. Yeah, see, the one that's not correct is crash dash. The dash is correct, but it ain't crash.
It can't be like flash dash.
That sounds right to me.
Okay, if you're hasty, you're
Rash.
It's
It's
rash. Yep.
rash.
Wait, how did we not get that? We were rash.
You guys were rash.
Rash and brash.
Oh my god.
Brash rash
So
dab.
we,
was us.
we get all of them then?
Yep, you got all of them. Well
Nice.
done. All right. I brought. Oh,
Uh-oh.
that was wrong. Brogrod was It still needs a little bit more help though.
It's a tough.
Oh my
one.
gosh.
It's a heck of a door.
Yeah.
I love shoe money. I don't know why.
Shoe money.
Middle egg pun?
That's definitely some rapper's name. Shoe money.
Slick
Hey,
Dick.
Shoe money on the track.
Slick Dick is my rapper name. Just letting you know.
Slick Dick. Yeah.
Yes.
Real slick dick.
Mine's a
Stand up.
bruised hog.
Oh.
I
Wow.
got DM.
Wait, this one is 3 words. Hello?
You can't do that.
Fart? Just
Just
fart.
one word.
Fart?
It's just one word. All the answers are 2 words.
Are you kidding me? That doesn't make any sense.
Oh, okay.
The badger got it. The badger
Wow.
got it. I think it was the badger. Maybe it wasn't.
Oh,
So
I
the
thought that
name
if
is
there was one
purple.
word on the
It was-
left,
That was
that
me.
meant there was supposed to be one word on the right, and I was like, how are we supposed to find one word that rhymes? How do you have a one-word rhyme?
Oh my god. No, you got it. Snide Bride. Who did that?
Hey.
That was well done. That's hard.
Middle
What
egg.
is
pun.
middle
Middle
egg
egg.
pun?
pun.
Soul is not correct.
Yoke. Joke.
Oh,
Yes, yoke
no
joke.
Middle egg pun.
Yikes.
Understood color.
Board chord is incorrect, although that's good.
Think rope stuff. What the? That's also 3 words. But...
That's just a command. It's actually not one of the clues.
Yeah. Also, this is a kid's website. I thought.
It's oh, God.
Consider this a rope. Understood color. New hue.
Nice, you got it. That one's really tough too.
The word yoke next to joke, it just like it looks wrong. Like
Well,
those
because you
those
did spell it wrong.
Oh wait.
Yeah,
Okay.
if you weren't aware, it does look a little bit more like that.
Yeah.
I thought it was just because it was next to yoke, and I was like, it looks so wrong.
I mean,
Oh,
it
Diana
is
has not slept in 4 days.
it is funny because you can be like, wow, English is so those words shouldn't be the same. Look at how they're spelled. But
Yep. Meat is not correct.
Love boat daily. Love.
Proof spoof, you got it.
Oh.
Who's the crow?
That might be
No.
me.
Nice. You got the
No,
roof spoof.
I don't know. I don't know if I am or not. I got the roof spoof. I don't know if I'm
Nice.
pro or not
Yeah,
though.
yeah, you're crow. You're crow. That confirms it.
Is Cruise News correct?
Yep. Cruise news. That's it.
Oh, nice.
Yo.
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 Think rope stuff. I can't. I have
Ooh.
no idea.
ah,
The thought knot.
Oh, that's very good.
That's even better than what they have. So yeah, that's
What?
it.
thought
What do they
thought
have?
not
That's-
What do they
seer.
have?
Hold on.
No.
Not yet.
No,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, theirs is like bad.
It might just be
Oh.
the name of an individual color.
Like, just like take this out. I think that's messing things up.
Rope stuff.
What is a rope? What's another word for stuff? What would Miss McGarty
Twine?
get pissed at us for writing in our
Oh god.
papers?
Good thinking, James. Yep, that's where your head
Stuff
should be
with,
at.
like
Lots.
thing?
Thing.
String thing?
Thing.
String thing.
String thing.
Why is it?
Yeah,
think
why is the
rope
word
stuff?
thing?
I don't know. I don't know.
Man, I was like contemplate twine.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, I don't know why they had
Consider.
think in there. The thought knot was
Shoe
really
money.
good.
Oh.
The title of Jeff's first
Soul.
album, Contemplate
got it.
Twine.
Boot loot, baby.
The boot loop.
Give me that boot loot.
With a boot.
Shoe money and slick dick present.
Contemplate
Some-
twine.
Contemplate Twine, the musical.
Contemplate Twine's new single, Used Honker.
Used honker.
Bruise Cruise.
All right. Are we good with the puzzles? Or you guys
Yeah, that
want
was good.
All right. Well, we'll call it there. I think you guys did a very good job. You got them all. Whew. And after Brogrod and the rest of the crew kind of help him fill in some gaps, because there is like common is like written on it. There's not just like runic inscriptions, but there's also like text. So some of you guys can help him like fill in the text that's on the runes, and eventually both doors to Kuan Kor's room are just like covered in this chalk etchings that Brograd has done over them. And after they are completed, he can put his hand on one of the doors, and Ganzen will put his hand on another one of the doors, and they'll both simultaneously. The chalk will be wiped clean from the doors, it'll just fall to the ground, and click, the doors will unlock. That's not unlocking. That's unlocking.
Yeah, Brogrod, you first. You earned it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you guys can enter Kuan Kor's room.
I got my hand cannon out. Just in case.
Just in case.
Well,
No.
okay. I
Oh,
guess
there
we
you go.
better search place. As we're looking for correspondence with suspicious individuals, ritual items of unapproved sects.
Perhaps signs of a gambling addiction.
Yeah,
Yeah.
relevant.
That's amazing. Okay.
This letter. I want to read this letter.
Okay.
I love rifling through other people's mail.
That's a federal crime strike.
I commit a lot of federal crimes.
Am the law.
Rowan just jumps through the window. That's a federal crime.
Hey, I thought we bribed you to look the other way with angel juice.
We did give him angel juice. It's true.
Give me angel dust. Just gave an officer of the law angel dust.
Even truer.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Okay, so Strike is gonna read the letter. And the letter has been opened, but it's been like tucked back away in the envelope. But you can you can open it up, and in view, which is a very very short handwritten inscription in common, and it says, "We gather at the next half moon. Be ready."
Looks at my watch. What moon is it?
Yeah, like Knowledge Moon.
Who wants to roll a knowledge moon?
I would not know this.
All
Someone who would know this can roll a knowledge moon. Moon phase, moon cycle. Dunbar, Dunny B, walking up.
Oh, go. I like the moon.
Give me a skill check, Dunbar. How much do you like it?
You like the moon? Name 3 of their albums.
Oh God.
Dunbar says that last night he saw that both moons were in their waning stage. and he's not exactly sure when they'll be half, but they're definitely slowly, diminishing right now. And then he'll quickly remember that there's only supposed to be 2 moons, and he might have been hopped up on a little bit too much puff.
Yeah.
And he'll say, "Yeah, no, just that the moon, the only one moon it's shrinking, but he's not exactly sure when it's going to be at half."
All right, let's keep searching.
Yeah, I hope that was helpful.
We'll definitely take this under advisement.
Yeah, okay. So I guess after we leave, we'll have to go find a moonologist to know.
Yeah, go find a moonologist.
A sober moonologist.
Are we? Is it right moon or left moon?
All right, who else is looking through stuff?
I would like to wait. There's 3 beds in here.
There's one bed.
There's one.
Okay. Well, I would like
You must be
to
smoking some mad Dunbar weed.
to go to the one bed and look inside underneath the mattress and obviously under the bed as well, under the rug that's under the bed. Look for hidden stuff. That.
Okay. You you don't find anything under the bed, or under the pillowcase, or under the rug. It seems like the bed is merely but a bed. It is perfectly made before you started rifling through it, that is. Sheets tucked into the mattress and the whole 9 yards, but there's nothing weird with the bed itself.
Hmm. Can I look through these shelves
Mm-hmm.
for any suspicious old god memorabilia or anything else that seems culty?
Yeah, so Thrift is going to be rifling through the shelves, and you're digging to the back of them, past some small wooden chests and glass jars that are actually mostly empty. You're just brushing them off of the cabinet here on the top shelf, which you're climbing the cabinet in order to get up there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, obviously. And you get to the very back, and you move the very last wooden small wooden chest on the top shelf, and as you move it, you can see that it was on top of some kind of button, and the button, which was impressed when the wooden box was there, is now not pressed down, and it lifts up, and a drawer pops out on the bottom of the cabinet, and you you look inside the drawer, and you can see that it is a book, and the book is written in Abyssal.
Aha. Whoever designed this secret cabinet did not count on me. I'm gonna say as I climb down and I'm careful to not step in and break the secret drawer. I'll grab the book and read it.
The book seems to detail planeswalking to the abyssal plane, and how to use magics, and how to use demonic relics in order to facilitate the transport between the material and the abyssal plane. And as you're rifling through, you see some parchment tucked into one of the pages that has a transcription of the primary rune that you use to have somebody transfer from one plane to another. And you can see On that parchment, there is a copy of the rune that's in the book, except there are a few adjustments to it. You can see that some of the like symbols have been changed, and you're like looking over like the differences and like the notes, and as you're peering over these few pages of parchment, you're flipping to the last one, and you see a symbol that mimics that which has been replaced in the hand drawn rune. And it says that that symbol is the symbol of Maul.
Hmm.
Mall, like, was it Varric's Mall or
Old God Mall,
Old God Mall? I forgot if he
presumably.
had a different part of his name or not. But okay. So they're trying to let the old gods into the abyssal plane as well? So that they can take over that too? I mean, that now this just seems greedy.
It's definitely suspicious.
It could be some form of trap.
It just looks more like they were using the transcription for the abyssal plane as a guide. They did help me in constructing the rune that we initially used to get to the astral plane.
Ah.
And this
Okay.
looks this looks exactly like it.
Hmm. Well, like kind of gently close the book. Say, well, I think that maybe, possibly, they're not. This isn't just a misunderstanding.
Hmm.
I mean, if you guys still want to talk to them and hear their side of the story, sure, but this is real shady.
So this is Maul stuff they had hidden.
They had hidden stuff that seemed to be specifically designed to tweak a portal to do something involving Maul, and then they used that knowledge when they were setting up the original portal to the astral plane, which then, let the old gods in, at least partially.
Dunbar, can you hand me the moon letter?
Oh yeah, sure.
Uh, is this letter marked in any way to show who it might have come from?
No, it is not. But if you want to study the letter really closely, Shigure, and do so like using some of your magical powers, you can use a use power check on that if you would like.
I guess one question before I do that. Did it look like this letter was being written at the desk, or was it like finished and received? Like,
Uh,
are there any writing materials out on the desk?
Gotcha. No. And the envelope that Strike found it in is addressed to Ku and Core.
All right.
Hmm.
Okay. Let's use our power. And to really squint at this letter.
Really squinting. Okay.
Looking for, I don't know. Is anything? I've definitely read a lot of handwritten things, so
Mhm.
I've seen enough handwriting to I guess maybe know something about that. Uh, and if the full text is just like we meet at Half Moon, then I guess there isn't much to be done about that. Oh man, I wondered Sugar could maybe would a monastery ever write something in invisible ink?
You tell us.
Depends on the kind of monastery.
Yeah, I'm thinking out loud about whether or not I think this is plausible enough to gamify. I'm gonna say no on that one. I don't think Shigure knows to like hold it over fire or whatever.
Okay.
So
Um,
so we're just doing handwriting analysis.
Yep. And Shigure has read a lot of handwritten texts over the years, and it means that he's very good at kind of looking at an individual's unique, like, handwriting style and little, nuances to people's handwriting. And you do recognize this handwriting, and you recognize it from some of the scriptures that you had read while in the cultist lair, and from some of like the postings in the lair as well. And you are almost positive that this is Verica's handwriting, who was like the female um, demony person at the cultist lair.
Hmm.
All right, so we're not sure when the half moon is, but along with the symbol of Mal we found and this letter, which I've now looked at and I think came from Verica, who we met at the Cultist Lair. It seems that
Is she the purple lady?
maybe I don't
Search her in
remember.
the creatures channel. Verika.
Wait, we can search channels.
Oh no.
What?
Yeah, you can search the creatures channel. Just type in. That's why I labeled them all. Just type in Verica, and you
In
can
the
see her.
top right of
Wait.
Discord.
Oh, I didn't know that was for the channel you're looking.
Sure.
Well, technically it can be for all channels, but if you type like in and then a colon, then you can type whatever channel you want. So I can search like in memes food fight.
I see. She's kind of a demon lady with bone armor.
Yeah, yep. This is the person who I was thinking.
Wait, then why did you call her the purple lady?
She is purple-ish. Okay, kind of more reddish than purplish, but she is clearly on that like red-purple tone of skin.
I'm the colorblind one here.
I was gonna
but
say he's
I'm,
been called out by Mr. Colorblind.
I'm still putting a hard doubt on this one.
Wait, wait. If you're colorblind, in that case, yes, she's extremely purple.
Anyways, I'm confident. I saw scripture and other notes written by Verica herself when we were there, and this letter has some of the particular markings of her handwriting. So I think
Wait.
our suspicions of Kuinkor were well founded.
Okay. Does this letter look like it was written like by them or to them?
By Verica to Kuinkor.
Yeah, because there's an envelope
Okay.
that says to Kuinkor.
It means neither of them actually is Verica. Well.
That's big brain. That's too big brain.
That was my theory. Well, okay, that's we have pretty much like hard evidence right here, absolute, complete 100% like would convict in court over this evidence. So yeah.
What do we do when they arrive?
So we say we have hard evidence, but also we thought we had pretty strong evidence against Ganzen as well. And once we gave him, we surrounded him and prepared to give our judgment, but we still gave him an opportunity to speak. And I think we owe Kuinkor the same formality.
I agree. I think we should wait for them, and we'll confront them when they arrive, the same way
Yeah.
we did Ganson.
Also, we should attempt to, if things do come to blows, not just kill them outright, if at all possible. If these two have been working closely with our enemies, then it would be helpful for us to interrogate them.
I will do my very best.
Agreed.
Ideally, if they walk into a room with like 20 armed members of our Ascendi group,
Cindy group.
they will simply surrender.
Hopefully.
Maybe we may also want to have the Tula sisters do that trick they did
Oh.
with trying to keep people from teleporting out.
That is a good idea. We should definitely do that. Yes.
Because if I could teleport and I walked into a room full of 20 people that were very angry at me and wanting to interrogate me, I would leave.
Yes. Agreed. Yeah. So we set the trap, lure them in, then make them talk.
It's a plan.
I'm aboard. Let's do it.
Yeah.
And what of the other agents of Ascent?
We should probably ask them to not be here for this.
Wait,
How
I thought
many
we did want
distinct
them here for
teams
this.
are
Oh.
there? There's our team we are in right now, and then there's the
Here, I'll show you the people who aren't here right now. These 6 are the 6 who are like not part of Zuzarti's party, and then not part of like Ganson, Shira, Valerie. Like this was the other squad, but you have trust in these 3, but these 6 you
God, I forgot about Marilee.
do not.
I forget. Ku and Cora saw us in the cultist lair, right? Were they there?
No.
No.
No. Because I thought
wait.
I thought Hammond was there. Maybe I'm totally misremembering. Who was the group that we met in there just?
Yep.
That was the hazmat boy.
Okay.
Yeah. Zuzarti's party was the one who were like in the cultist lair.
Okay. So yeah. So I mean, presumably, if we call back, or if Ku and Cora are on their way here, they're either coming with the rest of their party or not. But we should probably assume that the rest of their party are in on the whatever their ulterior motives are.
So right now, the Ku and Cora are out, and then the other party was here when you guys came back, and then you like put them to sleep, right? So that like
Did
they
they
wouldn't
st-
wake up when like you went into Ganson's dream.
Did they see us?
No, nope. They were just asleep. You guys went into Ganson's dream, then you immediately left, and Zuzarti's party stayed behind. And right now, this group of Zuzarti's party, the bottom group, is out with them, like distracting them, essentially, like going on a fake mission because they weren't sure what you guys wanted to do.
Yep.
Okay, so
Ah.
so both of those teams are sort of off doing their own thing right now. Do we think that Ku and Core will be back before the Hammond squad gets back?
Right now, the plan is no, because like they're just out distracting them for like the day. So unless they continue to distract them, they would presumably be coming home like later this afternoon.
Well, in that case, we're going to have to Okay, so the four people whose loyalties we're not completely certain of at the moment are Sarah, Carlos, Hammond, and Marielle.
Yes.
Okay. Well, we're going to have to figure out sooner or later where they stand. We can't just have them out on fake missions forever. If we can get them back here before we get Ku and Kor back here, then might as well speak with them first, right?
Yeah, that sounds fine.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Now, in this case, this is going to be a bit more complex than Ku and Kor, because with Ku and Kor, we're quite certain of the guilt. In this, we don't like are Ku and Kor like actually part of their team? Have the six of them been working together this whole time?
Yeah. Although Ku and Kor are kind of like second Ganzen, where like they'll also go and do like their own stuff sometimes. Like Ganzen goes out and like does his own stuff. Ku and Kor kind of go out and do their own stuff, but like they are part of the greater home base party.
You've heard of Ganzen. Now get ready for Ganzen 2.
Okay, so when when the other party gets back, we will confront them first, and then do the same for Ku and Kor.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Divide and conquer with, respectful dialogue
Yes,
at first.
but I think we may need a little bit more of a plan for this first, because we don't know if they were actually in on Ku and Kor's betrayal.
Right.
So we should just ask them if they know what Ku and Kor have been up to.
Okay. That's true. Because they don't know what we know about Ku and Kor. So if we ask them some stuff.
I think that would work fine.
So the question is, how much of what we know do we want to share with Hammond's? Because if we...
How soon do we think Ku and Kor are coming back?
The day after tomorrow.
Okay, so if they're coming back, if Hammond's group is coming back, like later this day, then I think if they, claim innocence or say that they don't really know anything, we should just ask them to wait here, and then we can confront Ku and Kor in front of the rest of them.
So what we tell Hammond's team is that we have reason to believe that Ku and Kor may have been acting against the interest of the group, and ask them if they know anything about it. Do we reveal like that we think that they're connected to Maul? If so, do we reveal like specifically the letter?
No, I think we maybe just focus on the Hazmed Wahab part of things, because as we said, Ku and Kor seem to not question that part of it very much.
Well, while they're still out, do we want to crack open a few more doors?
Oh.
I mean, like
True.
we have evidence to help, give us some direction and how we're going to approach Ku and Kor, maybe there's some damning evidence in their rooms. I don't know if they're... I don't think Hammond's going to have a lock like this on his door either.
But if
And
they're
they-
innocent, this is a fairly big betrayal of trust.
Trust must.
Well, if they're innocent, they have nothing to hide, and it'll be a quick search.
Yeah, I'm not sure I agree with that logic.
Listen,
Perhaps
we just
there are
need to
other
not,
things they're hiding that are not related to this specific problem.
We kind of look around the room here and say, listen, we just need to not, like, maybe ransack it as much as we did this room, and they might not even know. I mean, yeah, it's a betrayal of their trust, I guess, maybe, if you want to put it that way, but, like, this is a big deal, you know? This is, like, the fate of the material plane is at stake here. If
What if
we
they
can show them, like, the hard evidence we have that Ku and Kor are, you know, not on the level, then, you know, they might understand if we wanted to do a bit more than just asking them, like, hey, have you been hanging out with old gods lately?
We already had strong suspicions of Ku and Kor, though. I don't think we have... Am I off here? I don't think we have as strong suspicions about any of the rest of these.
Yeah, the only actual evidence against them is the fact that Ku and Kor were, like, on a team with them.
They're guilty by association.
That
That's a
seems
thing you
pretty
guys do
suspicious to me.
in Rentham, right?
It's true.
Ganzen,
Reel them in.
Ganzen, what do you think? Can we go into can I go into their rooms? You know, will you give me the okay?
I think that it's too hard to know whether or not they are working alongside Ku and Kor, and Frift is right. The magnitude of our mission is too great. And I believe that if their allegiances are true, then they would want the same done to any of us if we were under suspicion.
That's what I like to hear. Yeah.
I'm gonna... Strike removes himself from responsibility for this. He's gonna come over here and eat some fruit out of the fruit basket.
Angrily eat fruit.
I'm gonna angrily eat fruit while glaring at you guys.
Alright, here, I'll drag the 4 people on the field again. Whose room are we going in first?
I'll just go down the line. Going up.
Yeah, I think if anyone's gonna go into Hammond's room, it should maybe be you, Murdoch. I mean, if you're okay with rooting around in these rooms. You know, a knight investing in another knight, that's like probably something that happens all the time, right?
Yeah, okay, let's do it.
Yeah, I know knights.
Which room is...
Like,
Put yourself in front of him.
Love line up against the person. Oh, I'll go to Sada's room. Maybe she's got some tomes in there.
Callus was always fun to hang out with, you know, when we were doing our little expeditions. I'm sure he'll understand if I was looking around in there a little bit. Plus, he's got that shiny gold armor.
Don't steal the armor, Frift.
He's probably wearing it, it's fine. If he has a backup set, then like he's got 2 sets. That's too much armor. He's not gonna wear both of them.
He comes back, Frift is just drowning in his armor. What's your stuff? That's chill.
I could feel kind of evil magic from it. I had to put it on to make sure. You know?
Where'd you get this done? I'd like to add some skulls.
I guess when you think about it, this, like, tavern thing where we all live is, like, basically a barracks. And in a barracks, no one has any expectation of privacy.
Yeah,
there we go. Yeah.
What?
Now you're talking about...
Assuming that we're not actually saying that. I'm like patting him on the back, like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh my god.
Now you're
I do
talking
not
like the
support
people
this
from
invasion of
Rentham that I
privacy.
know.
Yeah.
Alright,
Yeah.
You're going to his room, so is Shigeri doing Marielle?
Oh, is this Marielle's room? Sure.
Well, we're just lining up in front of the person instead of, like,
The actual room.
Oh. Yeah. Okay.
just for clarity's sake.
Yeah, sure.
Alright, so we're going down the line? Is that what's happening?
Sure.
Sarah's first. All right, Brogrod. Rooting around through Sarah's room, most of her paraphernalia and like all of her books and like scripture and all that stuff is all related to Galamark. She is like the biggest Galamark fanboy you've ever seen, and you knew that about her too. Like when you were working with her in the Agents, she's like fairly new to the Agents of Ascent, but she's just like all about Galamark, and all the stuff in her room seems to indicate that. And she has like handwritten like prayers that she's created to Galamark, um, and that's pretty much it.
Any notes on his sword about like having it like fall to the ground, and any implications of that?
A lot of you can see in some of her like prayers, she's written prayers that the sword will return to him, because he needs to use it in his fight against whatever, and she specifically says whatever forces are waging war against the angels.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Sounds good. I'll report back. Nothing but boring Galamark stuff, honestly.
Being pretty new is suspicious.
When I've talked to her, she's got a good head on her shoulders. I thought, new to all this, high tech magic stuff, but she seemed pretty genuine from the conversations we've had, and I think this pretty much proved it. Nothing that I found, unless Galamark is code for Maul or something, but I don't know if I can make that call. So I think she checks out.
All right. Is Kalos next?
Yeah.
Kalos.
All right. Let me see what this guy's got.
In his room, you'll see the most kind of like prominent thing right when you walk in is a giant map of the Elderwood Isles, fairly detailed, and Veritonia as well, since if you guys remember, that is where he is from. And you can see a bunch of like a Veritonian like sigil as well, hanging on the wall. Seems like he lives in relative modesty. There's not like a whole lot of stuff in his room. It's pretty bare. Like in the closet there are basically just like red, gray, and brown like cloaks and pants and like shirts and tunics, just like very basic clothing items, and like no additional like weapons in his room either. It seems like all the weapons and armor that he carries are on his person, and the only kind of thing that you find is in his like dresser. It's like all empty pretty much. You like pull out all of the drawers, and there's just dust in there except for a single notebook that has some of his notes in it, and a lot of them are kind of unassuming and just basic like note taking things. Looks like from like meetings of the agents and stuff like that. Looks like there's like a shopping list in there too for like food at the market. But you do notice near the back there are entries, and it specifically catches your eye because you can see Kuinkor's name at the top and underlined where these entries start. And they appear to note arrivals and departures from Black Bay, Necrotia, and the Veritonian port. You can see that it's like kind of like a table where it says arrive, depart, and then port are like the three columns, and it looks like there's notes indicating arrivals and departures at these three ports, and you can see letters tucked in to the notebook addressed to Kalos that are all very brief, that just say Kuinkor are here again, arrived on this date. And you can see another letter, left this time, this date. No additional, like no one accompanying them. And it looks like he's got a few different people who he hears from in each of these ports.
Hmm. Nicely done, Kalos. It's like someone else was a little suspicious of the power couple. I don't I can like hold the book at like different angles. I don't know what this exactly proves, but I mean, it's good. I'm gonna just try to tuck this back where I found it, and just hope that this means that Kalos will be on our side when we, do our big reveal. So yeah.
All right, Hammond is up next.
Okay.
In Hammond's room, you can see like a ton of like shields bearing the Rentham military insignia and flags as well strewn across the room, and it's decked out in Rentham and Kingsbridge paraphernalia. He's got like extra swords hanging on the wall, and in his closet, half of it is dedicated to other weaponry instead of clothing. Like tons and tons of leather belts with giant silver buckles, also bearing Rentham and knight insignias on them. Um, and besides all the kind of like military gear and paraphernalia, he also has some like letters, but they're not to or from anyone. It looks like they're written by him, and almost all of them are embarrassingly horrible poetry.
Huh.
Nice, great.
Well,
Solid.
so we've
Poor
got
guy.
weapons and poetry.
That's what you've got.
What, that
Okay.
he's written or that he's just reading?
That he's written. They're
Nice.
handwritten poems, and they're like scratched out, and like words are like rewritten in, and it looks like he's like rewritten some of them, like trying to be like extra neat and like doing like a second draft, but they're just terrible. Like the language is awful. A lot of it's just like very fanciful and like what you would expect to see in a poem, but just like doesn't actually like mean anything.
Okay. I'm gonna say there's no evidence of anything in this room. Seal that right back up.
There's evidence of something.
Huh. Okay. Was that all of them?
No, we still have Marielle.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we do. In her room, it is actually, even compared to Kalos, it's even more bare than his. You can see like a few little like boxes of what look to be like lambus bread, like the elven like bread, elven food. She's an elf, and you can see a couple of uh, journals as well. A lot of them are just drawings that you presume are done by her of like the natural environment, trees and animals and stuff like that. And then you also can find some letters. One that she looks like she was working on to send back to the Sylph Palace, and because you guys like knew her, you can see it's addressed to her father, who's one of like the the high elves at the Sylph Palace, and it just talks about how um, things things are getting more complicated with the agents, and uh, you haven't like it's been a while since they've made any kind of progress toward getting to the astral plane, um, and she talks about how her faith in Ganzin's capabilities is waning, and she's looking for guidance from her father on whether or not she should actually continue on this path with the agents or if she should just return home.
Shigure will read that letter sigh at how relatable it is and set that away and come out into the hallway where I guess everyone else is and say, yeah, nothing of any suspect in her room either.
I'll walk over where you guys are all standing. Hey guys, find anything suspicious?
Oh, do you want to know now? Are you curious about what the results were, even though you didn't want to do this?
No, I'm just. You all seem a little disappointed looking, so I'm looking for a good opportunity to stare down my nose at you.
Oh, well, actually, we found some really useful stuff.
Oh
I
yeah.
think,
Yep.
I think Kalos might be poor.
See, this is exactly the
I,
sort of stuff that I was thinking you might find, that maybe we didn't need to find.
Okay.
It's almost as if individuals have secrets that they don't want other people to know, and those secrets don't always have to be I'm plotting and scheming with the devils and want to kill everything that's good in the world.
Frift, don't bury the lead. Kalos also suspects Ku and Kor.
Oh, yeah, that too.
Wait. Okay, Kalos may suspect Kor, or alternatively, he might actually be working with them as like their agent, their like travel agent. Is that also a possible interpretation of what we read?
It is also a possible interpretation.
I don't know. It seemed like he was just getting info from someone about, whether they were when they were showing up and leaving places, and also who they were with. So
He's
I think he was.
getting information from someone else about what they were doing,
Yeah,
not from them.
he was tracking them, and he was tracking. Most importantly, he was tracking all these trips they were making to Necrotia by themselves with nobody else.
Ah.
So
Okay.
that's
Okay.
some more.
Now I think
That's
I get it.
some more info to use against them. But like when Kalos shows up, we don't tell him that we know about it right away, right? We just like reveal what we think we know about them, and then if he goes into his room and he like comes out with the book, then I'm like, whoa, that's a really cool book, Kalos. And I'm like, why don't you turn to page 87? And he shows us his tables, and we have more evidence now.
I don't think we need to. We can tell them that we were suspicious and that we looked and found nothing. I feel like that's the right thing to do.
I agree.
Yeah, but the right thing to do means that Kalos probably won't like cover my tab anymore at the tavern.
I think he's gonna realize that we rooted through his things. Either way.
I am a very careful snooper. I don't know what you're talking about. The door to Kalos' room is actually still partially open, and there are papers on the floor.
It's almost as if we may have done more damage with the snooping than we solved.
It's fine. Who doesn't snoop? Listen, there isn't actually even a word for privacy in Gob. Okay, so like that. This is my culture.
Strike never snoops except when it's Ku and Kor and he snatches the first letter he sees off their desk.
I had reasonable
I love committing
suspicion.
mail fraud out loud.
I love going through people's mail.
We had reasonable suspicion in that case.
And we had reasonable suspicion of the rest of them. Anyways, I'm ready to talk to them. I'm gonna sit down by the fire and
I'm gonna
wait.
press T to open the wait menu.
Also, before we go any further, just a side note, Frift, I don't think that the lack of stuff in Kalos's room necessarily means that, or it could also mean that he follows a noble warrior asceticism, which I find very admirable.
What?
That's not gonna work on Frift.
I'll call from the fireplace. My feet are already up. Oh, asceticism. I've heard of that. We don't do that at our temple.
Wait.
There may not be a word for that in Gob either. Anyways, so that information convinces me actually that Kalos is almost certainly not working with Kuan Core, which leads me to think that maybe we should share the entire story of what we've discovered about them, like in an attempt to get as much useful information and have a real meeting of the minds and build trust, instead of using this as an opportunity to try to test their teammates, to try to like see, whose side they're really on.
Oh yeah. I mean, I think Callus is definitely on our side. Like if he was actually working with Ku and Core, then like he could have gotten all this information from them. He didn't have to build up like this spy network. Which like, damn, props to him.
Yeah.
I didn't have that kind of free time when we were looking for artifacts. Well, I did.
Yeah, but
I spent it mostly sitting around.
also we found a lot more artifacts than they did.
Get wrecked, son.
Hey.
The Gray's over here roasting his feet and roasting our teammates.
It's been a long time since we had beds.
We might have taken the ones they found too at the Ganson stored away.
Well, those count as ours then.
Yeah, we found them.
I mean, I'm not arguing. I'm just saying,
Those are some of the hardest ones to find too. I think they count double.
I don't know. As we discussed, those guards weren't the greatest. All right. Well, I'm hungry. I'm gonna eat before they arrive. But I agree with Murdoch. I think we can have a more open conversation with them, thanks to the incredible and useful evidence we found in all of their rooms. Let me get some of that jelly.
Give me some of that jelly. All right. Well, great. That's where we'll call it for tonight.